In this video, I have put together all of the best tips and tricks that you need to know inside of Grow a Garden 2. And there is a lot of them that I want you guys to know, that way you can become a pro at this game. So stay till the end of this video because there's not going to be a moment you want to miss. And if this video does help you even just a little bit, all I ask is that you guys subscribe, and thank you for your support, but let's just jump right into it. The first thing I'm going to start with is getting money inside of the game. There's a variety of ways to do this. However, I'm going to show you simply the best one, whether you're a noob, a pro, or whatever. And obviously, to begin off, if you are a newer player, you want to start off with using the bamboos. These have been nerfed tremendously, but they are still considered one of the best seeds in order to get money. Basically, what you're gonna go ahead and do is get some bamboo, come over here to the gear shop, get some common sprinklers or even the uncommon ones. If you can't get it, it's okay. And then literally all you are going to do is come to your garden and place the sprinklers down first. So whatever sprinklers you want to use, the more the better. But if you do have a super sprinkler, you only want to use one of these. You don't have to use anything else with the super sprinkler, guys. But what you're literally going to do, bro, is just come into your garden, place them down just like so, and then place the bamboos. That is literally it, and it's going to make them grow pretty big in size, which means their kg will be higher, and that's what you want. You can also see what is actually applying the buff to your bamboo. Your buff should look just like this, where it's showing you a bunch of different things, and there we go. As you can see, there is the shower, the deer, and like this speed up thing. All that basically means is the stuff I have used in order to speed up the process, and you are going to want to use the deer pet. If you want to grow things fast in the game and you have stuff that takes a while to grow, definitely take use of the deer. This is considered one of the best, easiest pets to get because it allows your plants to grow 10% faster, and to be honest, it's very easy to get. And this is kind of how I've been able to get bamboos that are 48 kilograms. Now, in the past, this would have been probably like 200 kilograms, but the devs have been nerfing it so hard. And there is more that I want to discuss regarding on how you can get coins very, very quickly, or shekels. But the next thing I want to get to first is actually pets. Like I was saying, the deer is an amazing pet to use since it has the 10% growth speed. But there's a lot of other pets that are way higher in rarity and can also give you tons of multipliers. Some of the better pets in the game are these ones right here. As you can see, specifically the gold dragonfly and the unicorn. What these actually do, they're mythic rarity and they're very expensive, but they basically allow pets or the stuff that you collect around your garden to turn gold. They basically mutate stuff, and these are actually the only pets in the game right now that mutate things. Getting these can be a little bit challenging, especially if you're in a VIP server where you don't want to get attacked or stolen of all of your goods by other players. Now, you can actually speed this process up tremendously by just simply buying the pets that are on the ground. Now, you do have to be past a certain amount of money to be able to comfortably do this, but as you can tell, I have 170 million right now. I could get a lot more, so it's doable. Now, if you can't do this, it's okay, because another way to kind of do it is by simply just joining new servers over and over again until you see a pet that you're looking for. But yeah, if you can't get the gold dragonfly or the unicorn, congratulations, because now you can turn your stuff in your garden rainbow and gold. So it's pretty good. There is also these super rarity pets that you can actually obtain, such as the raccoon. Now, these are all great, but they're not actually going to give you mutations. However, the raccoon is very good if you're planning on just AFKing in your garden, and that's all you plan to do. This will literally sneak out at night to steal fruit from empty gardens and basically raise your steal limit by 25. So you can carry 25 more things when stealing. And overall, in comparison to the dragonfly and other stuff, it is pretty good, except it's just good for a different thing. So I highly recommend you get it if you do see it. And it's not much higher than the price for like the unicorn and the dragonfly. So I would definitely get it. It's worth a lot of value. And that leads me on to my next thing, mutations. Mutations are actually the best way to get an insane increase in the amount of money you get per fruit. Now, if I come over here and say way I want to bargain, if we take a look at this, you can see my bargaining price is actually 14 million right now. The reason why that is so high is because my inventory is worth a whole lot. And let me show you how I actually do that, because it all happens in the heart of my garden right here. As you can see, not a lot of mutations left, but every single time you hear like a zap or you see the frozen stuff, that means it's something that has a mutation. And I like to group up things inside of my garden. That way, once one thing gets struck, all of them get struck. The best mutation you can actually get is going to be the lightning one. Now here, it does say it has an 80 times multiplier, but it's more so like a 10 times. And this actually hits all crops within a group. So if they're together, you're going to be able to hit everything at once. And this thing is so good. I cannot express enough how important it is. After you do the sprinkler method and stuff, you want to keep your bamboos and stuff in your garden. So that way, once the lightning event happens, you can take advantage of it and everything becomes electric. You can see that a lot of the crops in my inventory, like if I type in electric, you will see all of these have the electric mutation. As you can tell, they're all electrified. And bro, that is what's making my inventory worth a lot. Other mutations are great as well, but they don't spread as easily as electric does. That's why this one is considered by far the best. And I like to collect everything that's electric before I go and, you know, sell it or whatever. So that's why I haven't picked up these peppers either. I'm just simply waiting for them to become electric. Same with the moon bloom and the dragon's breath, all of that stuff. It goes by the same principle. Other stuff is good too, to be honest. Any mutation you can get is great, because you can only actually have one mutation on anything at once. So even if you don't get electric, consider it pretty good, as long as you get something on it before you collect it. And before you sell your stuff, you want to take advantage of the bargaining. And this bargaining system is based off of how much your inventory is worth. Like I said, mine is 15 million, so that's how much it's going to charge me. And you only want to do this once a day, and you'll see exactly why I say that. But if you are gonna bargain and you don't have enough money, go ahead and like individually sell stuff until you get enough money for it. But since I do fortunately have enough, we're going to go here to the bargain, and we're just going to say bargain inventory. There's a chance this is not going to work and we're going to not make any money, but I'm willing to take the odds, because you'll see why. Let's bargain inventory. And okay, he said no deal. However, as you can see, I actually have a daily deal offering of 134 million shekels. That is why I said you only want to do this once a day, because you can only do the daily deal once for whatever you sell. And so now I'm just going to wait until this timer resets before I can bargain again. And I do have to wait like a few more seconds. It doesn't show it here, but yeah, he says slow down. So you can go ahead, try to do the bargain again. It's obviously going to keep charging you, but you want to be strategic about this. If you think it's worth it to collect, then do it. But personally, I want to get a bargain. And there we go. Look at that. Now we got the base price to be 33 million shekels. And it looks like my daily deal actually didn't go up after that bargain, which is a little weird. Typically, it does go up. It's supposed to be a multiplier of what your normal deal is, but I don't know. Maybe they changed it. But if the daily deal is good enough, take the daily deal only when you're selling everything. And let's go ahead and do it. There we go, bro. We just made 130 million. Look at that. Now we have basically just doubled our cash. If I wanted to keep getting mutations and stuff, I could definitely have over 1 billion. But it's just so much money, bro. There's nothing I can even spend it on, so it's kind of pointless. The next topic I want to get into is getting plant itself. Now, this is a little bit more advanced, or to be honest, you could even do this with the bamboos if you want to. But the idea is that I will actually be using multiple accounts of mine in order to just get a bunch of seeds. Because in case you don't know, in this game, you can transfer seeds. All you do is literally come to the mailbox over here, which I can barely get to. But, oh, wow. Thank you to all of these guys for a ton of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, these are my alt accounts. These please pet thank you guys. And if we actually collect the stuff, as you can see, I have gifted myself tons of sprinklers, tons of mushrooms, and all of that good stuff. And this is very good to do with alts, because you're able to get a lot more than you should be able to every single stock. And I've always been taking advantage of it. And there you go. As you can see, we've gotten 3 different people inside of the server, and we're just going to come bring them to the seed shop, because I believe the seeds are about to reset And if I wanted to, I could get bamboos on all of them and all of that good stuff. You can see I've given them tons of shekels, so they're basically not going to run out. And well, you might say, Numerous, why would you want to spend more than you actually want to? And like, basically, just why would I want more of the seeds when I can just have a few and grow on those? Well, the thing is, inside of this game, the thing that works very weirdly is that there is a tiny, slim chance on every single plant that whatever you grow is going to be much bigger in size than the multiplier allows it to. If you don't know, it doesn't actually matter what kinds of sprinklers you use in this game. It actually matters on how much you use of each. Right here, as you can see, it says every sprinkler boosts plants' growth speed and size. So the common sprinkler gives a 7 times size multiplier and a 1.5 times growth. Uncommon is 21.2, rare is 43, legendary is 65.4, and super is 100 times. Now, you are able to stack sprinklers of either the same type or different types. However, the bonus size caps at 100 times. So you could literally use like a legendary and then like a different variation of stuff, or you could just use one super because this is already 100 times. And that's why I want to get a lot of things in order to do this at once with. The more plants I have, there's a very slim chance that one of them will just become super big in KG. And let's see what's in stock. Oh, yeah, as you can see, we got mushrooms, bro. We need mushrooms. And I'm actually going to go ahead and purchase these on all of my accounts. As you can see right here, the next account is this guy. And where's the mushrooms? There we go. And I'm just going to purchase it on all of them and then gift it to myself. And you can do this with anything inside the game. Props, gears, seeds, literally everything. Now, like I said, we want to take advantage of the sprinklers. You can continue placing them down more than like the limit allows you to if you want faster growing speed. But we're going to go ahead and do that in just a little bit because I want to try to get some things with very high KG, and I'm going to show you just how to do it. The next tip that I have for you guys is something that is important on plants that have multiple harvests on them. Meaning, for example, things like mango, you know, they have multiple things you can harvest on it. Now, for these types of plants, you do actually want to get their height to be very tall. For example, a prominent example of this, what the heck is happening? Why am I walking on the flying carpet? Okay, that is weird. But you do actually want to get it to where things are very tall, because if you don't know, the taller the height on something that's multiple harvest means the more amount of things you can actually harvest on it. It grows more plants than usual, such as this poison ivy. As you can see here, if I had a normal poison ivy from the shop, which is this one, you'll see maybe it fits like 2-3 plants on it at once. The one I literally have is probably the value of like 10 poison ivies, simply because of how tall it actually is. Using the sprinkler method should also be able to increase its height, but if not, you do have things to, you know, help the growth speed, like the deer. This will basically make it not only grow faster, but have the potential to grow even taller. The next super important thing is golden and rainbow seeds. You heard that right. In this game, you can actually get seeds that spawn off as rainbow and gold. And as you can see, here's the rainbow ones in my hand, and I also have a ton of golden ones. Now, these are a little bit complicated. These come from the special events known as the Golden Moon, as well as not the Blood Moon. Wait, what? Where did the other one go? Oh yeah, no, the Golden Moon as well as the Rainbow Moon. During the night, there's a chance you can get the Midas Moon or the Rainbow one. And this will basically make it to where gold seeds or rainbow ones, if you have the Rainbow Moon, and those can basically spawn around the map. During the time that those things are spawning, you're going to want to go around the map and collect them. Now, I highly suggest you do this in a VIP server, because in public servers, there's tons of exploiters, and they just instantly collect it, so you won't be able to do anything. And you also have to risk people stealing stuff from your garden. So I highly recommend a VIP server with alts in it. And the reason I'm saying alts is because, for some apparent reason, the more accounts that are in a server, the higher the chances of the golden seed spawning. Same thing goes for the rainbow ones, but until you actually collect the one that spawns, I don't think more can spawn. And this is a footage of an exploiter doing this. As you can see, as soon as one is spawning, this guy is collecting it. So, devs, please fix your game before you continue adding events like this. Because as you can tell, as soon as one's spawning, his pets are just going zigzag around the map because he's teleporting to the seeds. So, it's pretty exploited. But let's go ahead and collect everything inside of our inventory. Because as you can see, I did just get a ton of mushroom seeds that I told you guys I want to do a trick with. And I have 28 of them now. We're gonna try to get these to be very high in weight because I'm not gonna lie, I love this guild. The people in here are so cool, bro, but I need to start pulling some weight, bro, and it's getting really hard because the devs keep nerfing stuff, and today is the day we try it. Mushrooms seem to be the best seed in order to do this right now, and my goal is to try and get something over 200 kilograms because it's getting very difficult. And the shop did just restock, which I believe there's super watering cans in stock. Look at that. There's 2 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly buy them on my alts too. Here we go. This is the first guy. Let's take him to the gear shop. We're just going to come all the way down here, buy it. And then all I do is literally just come to my garden, bro. Come over here and send it to myself. It's crazy how you can just do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing this with all of the accounts. So that way we have a ton of things. And I'll be back as soon as I'm done. There we go. That should be all of it. And I did buy it on my main account, right? Hopefully, yes, I did. That's perfect because we're going to be able to use the super watering can to our advantage too. Now, the watering can works pretty similarly to the normal watering can. And if you don't know, a lot of fruits in the game can actually decay if you don't collect them after a very long time. And in order to just fix it, all you have to do is just water the plants. And let's see if I can find a fruit in my garden that's decaying. I mean, typically the better your fruit is, the less likely it is to decay. But for this method, we're going to be going ahead and using a bunch of sprinklers, speeding everything up. And I'm probably not even going to use the watering cans because it only is going to speed the process up. But instead, we're going to be leaving the game. And you're probably wondering why, but that's so the game can just let my plants grow. And once you leave the game, your sprinklers are actually on pause. So it's a pretty good little strat. And to be honest, I'm going to delete the mangoes. I know this is probably going to make a lot of you guys upset, but the mangoes are just huge in my garden, and they don't really provide anything of too crazy value. Same with this acorn tree. Actually, I do think the acorn is good, but I'm sorry, bro. We just need to open up some space over here. But now with some space open, we should be able to pull this method on. So what we're going to do, literally the same exact thing, and just place down the super sprinkler. Now, you only need the super sprinkler for 100 times if you're just wanting to place down one thing. But I'm going to place multiple sprinklers because I want to get the growth speed faster. So that's what we're going to do. And as soon as I actually do this method, we're going to leave the game to basically let it marinate a little bit and make sure we get some really big mushrooms, hopefully. All right, so here we go there. And actually, we're going to start with the mini ones first. Yeah, let's go ahead and start with actually, let's start with the super sprinkler. Why not? Let's get the seeds. Okay, there it is. Super sprinkler down. We're going to place the seeds because no other sprinkler matters right now. And then what we're basically going to do is just place the rest of our giant sprinklers that we have, the good ones. Here we go. Let's go ahead and place down some legendary sprinklers, some common sprinklers, and the other ones. And look at that. It's getting pretty big. So now we're just going to go ahead and leave the game. After you leave the game, you want to wait about 15-ish minutes. Yeah, it depends on what you want to do, but we're going to just wait quite a bit until I go back in, and that way our stuff grows over time. All right, a good bit of time has gone ahead and passed. Hopefully, we're going to get some pretty big plants from this. If not, it's really just luck. It takes a lot of tries in order to do this, so I'd be very lucky if I actually got it right now. Come on. Please give me a fat mushroom, bro. Come on. Okay, I see a decent bit size. Is it growing, though? Okay, yeah, it didn't look like it grew too much. Wait, let's see. Okay, yeah, I mean, 30 kilograms, it's not too bad, but it's pretty bad. It's not going to be better than what I already have. But you typically want to do this, and your odds can be sometimes good. They can sometimes be bad. And on top of that, I mean, you can go ahead and place the bamboo once you join down. Because guess what? Your sprinklers are still running. So that means there is still time for some bamboo to be planted if you want to try and do it with your bamboo. But I don't know if our bamboo is actually going to grow big enough. Bamboo has recently had apparently like a 60-kilogram cap, so we don't really know if this is going to be very beneficial. But there we go. I put a lot of bamboos down, and it looks like some are actually growing very high up. But the kilograms is probably going to be a little bit lower than what we actually have here already. Okay, that is basically about all that there is of the super sprinkler. And as you can see, it's still growing, but 31 kilograms over here and then a 32 there. So yeah, it's pretty buns. Actually, it looks like I still have mushrooms growing, so I might have actually just done this wrong. Is this a multi-step type of thing? Wait, let's go try using a normal watering can on it. We can speed the process up if we just go ahead spam the watering cans in the area. As you can see, everything's down to like seconds. But I don't think it was gonna be anything good still, bro. Yeah, no way, man. Maybe it was close. I don't know. But yeah, we didn't get really anything crazy. You kind of have to stay outside of the game for quite some time. So it's a hit or miss. We're still kind of discovering the game. But if you guys enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you hurry up and watch this one on the screen right here. Go ahead, click on one. This video is about to end and there are way better videos. So pick it fast. Until then, I'll catch you in those videos. Bye. Subscribe.